Good day to all. Welcome to Password English Live once again. And this is Kanmehdi Hassan from Bangladesh with you. In today's lesson, I'm going to discuss The Road Not Taken, which is written by Robert Frost. So I will analyze each and every line of this poem. So before analyzing each and every line, I would like to say something about this poem. Actually, in the poem, The Road Not Taken, the poem is about choosing the right path in life. Once the poet was walking through a wood, he came at a point where two roads diverged. The poet carefully observed the two roads covered with leaves, but he was puzzled which one to take leading to his destination. So let's discuss this poem line by line. The road not taken, Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveller. Long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. So here the poet says that two roads went in two different directions, diverse in a pale forest. Yellow wood means pale forest. And the poet says, and sorry I could not travel both. That means the poet felt sorry that he could not take both the roads and be one traveler long I stood. That means, and he could not decide his path immediately as he was the only traveler of this road. and and long I stood and looked down as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. So here the poet says that for a long time, for a long time, he stood there and watched uh, one of the one of the farthest end where it took a curve toward the wood, then took the others took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and unwanted where. The poet now examined the other road, which was equally fair and clean, having perhaps better claim. That means which had perhaps a better demand, since it was covered with grassy and unwanted wear. That means it was covered with grass and it did not have footmarks. Though as for that, the passing there had won them really about the same. So here we can see that both the roads were traveled by people. Though as for that, the passing there, that means both the roads were traveled by people, but the second one was less traveled by. Then, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the fast for another day. Actually, here, both the roads that morning looked fresh and unwalked, uh, because the leaves on the road were not stepped on, right? No step had trodden black, and uh, even the even the roads were not stepped on, not make black in color. Oh, I kept the fast for another day. The poet chose the second one and kept the first one for some other day. Yet, knowing how way leads on to way, I doubt if I should ever come back. Though he knew the way would lead on to way, and at the same time, uh, and his return is not possible. So that's why he says, I doubt if I should ever come back. Then I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and I took the took the one less traveled by, and that has made all difference. So here the poet says that he will tell about this incident with a shy in future, and that there met two roads at one point, two roads diverged in a yellow wood. That means two roads uh, at a point in a wood, and he took the less traveled one. I took the one less traveled by. That means he took the less traveled one, and this has made him a different individual, and that has made all difference. That means actually this has made him a different individual. Let's talk about the theme of this poem. Of the two roads diverging in a wood, the poet took the less trodden one. The road was certainly mysterious and fearful, but the poet, having an adventurous spirit, took it. In fact, the two roads mentioned in the poem represents two ways, one traditional and the other orthodox. The poet longs for exploring and discovering new things. The script has been taken from Naudud. That's all for today. Thank you very much for patience hearing.